Welcome to another video. Today we'll be continuing with trigonometry, and we'll be looking at the cosine rule. In previous videos we have looked at the sine rule and we have looked at Pythagoras' theorem, and in this lesson we are going to be looking at the cosine rule. Again, the cosine rule is used with non-right angle triangles, just as how the sine rule is used with non-right angle triangles. Now the cosine rule basically says, and a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos of a. Or if you want to find side b, it is b squared is equal to a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cos of b, and c squared, if you want to find side c, is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos of c. And again, notice that the angles and the sides are opposite to each other. So if this is side C, angle C must be on this side, and side B, angle B, side A, angle A. And again, remember the angles and the sides are opposite to each other. Now the cosine rule rather is used when on the two conditions, just as how the sine rule is used on the two conditions. And what are those two conditions? The two sides and the angle between them. So when we are given two sides and the angle between them, for instance, in this example here on the board, we have angle A is the side that is being highlighted here. So angle A, side A, angle B, side B, angle C, side C. So therefore, whenever we are given two sides, so in this case we would have been given side B and side C. So we will be asked to find side A. So whenever we are given two sides and the angle between them, then we apply cosine rule. Or when we are given all three sides, when we are given either side A, B, and C. So those are the two conditions under which we use the cosine rule. What we'll be doing now is to go into some examples where we apply cosine rule. We are given the triangle ABC, and we are given side, and remember again, the angles and the sides are opposite to each other. So remember we spoke about the conditions under which we use the cosine rule. The cosine rule is used whenever we are given two sides and the angle between them. So here we are given side AC, side BC, and then and the angle C. So therefore we ought to find, and it says calculate the length of AB. So that's what we are going to be doing. So the length of AB is, again, remember the angles and the sides are opposite to each other. So if this is angle C, this is side C. So in essence, AB is actually side C, and this side is side B, and this side is side A. So applying cosine rule, so we are to find the length of C, right? Okay, and therefore we're going to use the cosine rule. It says that C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos of C. Okay, so that's how we apply the cosine rule. And basically, again, remember the angles and the sides are opposite to each other. Alright, so therefore all we now need to do is to identify the sides and then substitute the values that's needed. So therefore angle B, side B rather, is equal to 15.2 centimeters. Side A is equal to 9.7 centimeters. Therefore, knowing all this now, what we are going to do is to just substitute these values, and angle theta is equal to 30 degrees. So now what are we going to do? We are going to substitute these values here into the equation. Therefore C squared is going to be equal to A squared, which is 9.7 squared plus 15.2 squared minus 2 times 9.7 times 15.2 times cos of 30. Therefore, c squared is going to be equal to c, actually we can just say c because since this is squared, so we want to find the square root here. And so what we can do is to know that this here is 69.76, and the square root of 69.76 is equal to 8.35 centimeters. Basically, so this is how we go about applying the cosine rule. Again, when do we use cosine rule? Right? We use cosine rule when we are given two sides and the angle between them. And once we can identify the given sides, and identify that the angle between them is given, we use the formula, and in this case we use c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos of c. Now the thing about it is that we need to, you might be asking yourself, do I need to remember this formula? What is important is for you to remember how to use the formula, because this formula is on the front of the CXC paper, and therefore once you know how to apply it, you will be able to get the correct answer. So go ahead, practice well, and do a number of past papers so that you can apply this. Because remember, question 9 is usually a sine and cosine problem, and you need, and to before, as the older generation says, to before armed is to before warned is to before warned is to before armed. So therefore, knowing that this will be coming, then you now go out, practice and practice and practice. So when this question comes on the 17th of May, it will be very easy for you. And remember to share this. Remember to share this video with your friends. Remember, share this video with your friends.